All right, good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone, to all the viewers, to the April edition of the City Update. As COVID restrictions begin to ease and summer is approaching us, we wanted to focus on all of the activities that are opening this summer in San Ramon. I know we are all eager to get back to some level of normalcy, so we're just waiting to get out there and participate in all these fun activities. So joining us today are two recreation experts. We have former Parks Commissioner and current City Council member Sridhar Verose, and our Parks and Community Service Director, Kathi Heimann, to go over all the things that are happening this summer. So we'll start with an update about what's going on around town with Councilmember Verose.
Thank you, Stephen. Hi, Kathi. Thanks for joining us today. Nice to see you. Good morning, San Ramon. First and foremost, I would like to thank all our residents for following CDC guidelines by wearing masks and maintaining social distance, and for keeping our COVID-19 infection rates low. This week, Contra Costa Health Services announced that it has surpassed the goal of administering 1 million doses in the county. The initial goal was to reach 1 million doses by July 4th. And the revised goal was to meet it by Memorial Day. Kudos to our county health services and their partners in reaching this great milestone at record speed. In San Ramon, 64.9% of residents 16 and older are partially vaccinated, and 41.6% are fully vaccinated. It is great to see community getting together and standing strong against this pandemic by vaccinating as available. Please continue to sign up to get vaccinated at coronavirus.cchealth.org/getvaccinated. This page also has information on walk-in sites that don't require an appointment and information about how to request an in-home vaccination for homebound residents through the Contra Costa County Health Services mobile vaccine team. As residents get vaccinated and the numbers decrease, activities are beginning to open. Our city staff working hard, preparing our city facilities, parks ready, and to move forward with the plans for a fun summer for all while following all state and local COVID guidelines. How many of you are missing your library visits? I'm sure not only bookworms, but many other youth and adult residents are missing their trips to the library. Good news is that San Ramon and Doughty Station libraries front doors are now open for grab and go services. During regular library operating hours, you can go check for your any checked out books to be picked up. Patrons will be asked to limit their visits to no more than 1 hour and abide by all safety protocols, including social distancing and mask requirements. For the safety of the public and the staff, chairs and tables for reading and studying will not be available, but sure, as things get better, library services will start opening them. However, one thing is some of the services that are available include computer use, reference and account help, holds and pickup, checkout and returns, browsing. Please check their website, our Contra Costa County Library website, for more information on it. Now coming to the fun activities. I'm sure you all are eagerly waiting to have fun things to do with families and friends. I'm glad to let you know that community buildings are now available to rent for your small gatherings with some restrictions to follow as per, once again, state and local COVID guidelines. Group picnics are available for reservation, which are considered as great places to have a family gathering. Especially, I see a lot of birthday parties pre-COVID. I'm hoping to see all that vibrancy in these parks once again with all family gatherings, parties. And also important thing about the tennis courts. You can now reserve tennis courts at Central Park and Rancho. Hopefully, this will provide relief to tennis players concerned about waiting time without knowing when their turn to play. Check out the city website for more information on that. As you know, summer is approaching. Everyone wants to dip in the pool and relax. So our recreation swim is open up on May 15th. It will require pre-registration, attendance capped at 200 people. One other most frequent question I receive is about volunteering opportunities within community, especially youth hunting for their CSF volunteer hours. I highly recommend to sign up for our City Lights volunteer and help clean up and renovate the gardens at Crowkenin Gardens. Also, there will be more other volunteer opportunities going to be available as they come up. Once again, I advise you to check our website on City Lights volunteer program. There's a lot of good information there. Next, fun stuff is youth and adult sport. They are all in full swing with adult softball, little league, soccer, lacrosse, and cricket all catching up for their last time practicing and playing games. I'm myself eagerly looking forward to going back to play in SRCA League. You know, like here, the sports for us is not just a sport, but it is more like a social gathering, friendships, community building. On off note, and very pride moment for San Ramon is that two San Ramon youth cricket players got selected for USA Cricket under 19 national team. Last but not least, music. Our summer concert series is coming back starting in July on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. And this year, the special is for first time, we will be featuring V-Days, Bollywood music on August 1st. Please join us and enjoy great music with your family and friends while sipping your favorite drinks in our beautiful Central Park. And also make sure you be prepared with your Bollywood moves because I heard a lot of good things about V-Days, their music, as well as they have a huge fan. And also the musicians, some of them come from our San Ramon. So it will be very nice to see huge attendance there and enjoy our new special feature music on that day with the great music and dance. So I'm looking forward for a great summer. Looking forward for all of you to be there and enjoy all these programs. With that, I will pass it back to Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Verose. And before I turn it over to Kathi, I want to remind anybody viewing live, you can go ahead and email info@sanramon.ca.gov if you have a question that comes up during the broadcast. And even after the broadcast, if you're watching this on YouTube, that's our general city info line. If you have a question, you don't know who to pose it to, email info@sanramon.ca.gov and we'll make sure the right person gets back to you. And speaking about the right person, I'll turn it over to Kathi to go ahead and give us a whirlwind tour of everything that's happening in the city this summer. Kathi?
Well, I'm so excited to be here because I feel like the whole community is just ready to get out there and have some fun. And that is what Parks and Recreation, Parks and Community Services is all about. We want to provide those opportunities and accessibility to all the different fun activities families can do. And so to that end, I had so many things to share. I put together a little PowerPoint just to help kind of show you what you can expect this summer as we slowly come out of COVID. All of our plans do include following all the state and local guidelines. So the staff have been very busy figuring out exactly how and what we can do. And as we move through the tiers and hopefully exit the tiers, we'll keep increasing and increasing and increasing. But if I can go ahead and share my screen, let me pull this up for you. All righty, can you all see that?
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, San Ramon Summer 2021. So what's going to be happening right away? I know that everyone thinks at this time of year, the official start of summer being the Art and Wind Festival. Well, this year, because we could not do a 40,000 person event, we're celebrating the Art and Wind Festival for a full week. And so that very special week will be May 25th to May 31st. And we're going to have all kinds of fun activities. We'll have a poem created for the week by our San Ramon Poet Laureate. We've got a really special swag bag pickup, and everybody's invited to stop by the San Ramon Community Center and pick up a swag bag that week. It'll have kite kits, it'll have crafts, it'll have a flag that you'll be able to use to post at Memorial Park. It'll be a whole bunch of activities in a bag. We've got a wish tree kite display that's going to go in the community center as well. So you can write a wish and fold it into an origami kite and hang it on our wish tree. There will be a professional chalk artist display on our terrace patio. So if you've ever seen those professional chalk artists, they do this amazing artwork that looks three-dimensional. We're going to have one of those that you can stop by and see. We'll be featuring Art and Wind Festival art in our gallery. We're doing special showings. They'll be very limited, but there'll be special wind and themed movies being shown at the Doherty Valley Performing Arts Center. So watch for that information. And we've also got some of our professional kite flyers who are going to come back and put some of those really giant kites in the sky throughout the weekend. So it won't be a festival, but you will see lots of different things that you can do. Socially distanced, you can show up with your family on your own time and have an opportunity to fly a kite, see a hot air balloon demonstration, and even a bubble demonstration. So please make sure to check out the city website, follow our social media, and you'll hear all of the updates on what's going to be going on this very special Wind Festival week. And I suppose one of the big highlights that I'd like to tell people about are Memorial Day. So this year on Memorial Day, we're going to be doing a flag display, a Field of Flags tribute. So we have small American flags that are going to be put into a large display up at Memorial Park. So there'll be a flag in those swag bags that you can pick up so you can go and place the flag. And there'll be some that day also up there. Again, it's not going to be a gathering. We're not going to have a one period of time when something's going to happen, but we want it to be an opportunity for people to reflect on what Memorial Day is about. So big fun week of activities and opportunities for families coming up at the end of this month. Now in July, as we move further and hopefully out of the tiers, we are planning to do the Run San Ramon. We are planning it so that we can adjust it if we need to for numbers. But our Run San Ramon will only feature a 5K course this year. It's going to start at 8 a.m. If we need to, we'll do a staggered start so that we can keep people separated. But we'd love to encourage everyone to register and join family and friends for this Independence Day Classic. And then that afternoon, this will be the first kickoff of our summer concert series, which is the 4th of July celebration concert. And that's going to feature Fleetwood Mac, a very popular Fleetwood Mac tribute band. And that will be at 5 o'clock also in the Central Park Amphitheater. Now, I will mention, as with all things right now, if we are still on restrictions in regards to the number of people, we will require pre-registration. But at this point, we're hoping that we'll be able to make it open. If we need to, we'll be putting the social bubbles on the grass to keep people separated. But right now, San Ramon's planning to enjoy our music series that is so beloved by the community. Then as we move through the summer, we have lots of other great concerts planned. As Councilmember Verose mentioned, we're going to have on that August 1st V-Days. We're very excited about this Bollywood concert because that's going to be the first time that we've been able to offer this kind of music. But during the rest of the summer, you won't want to miss Sunday, July 11th with Mercy and the Heartbeats. That's a real popular band out here with pop favorites of the 70s and today. On the July 18th, C.C. Seeger, which is a tribute to Bob Seger and the Creedence Clearwater Revival. Sunday, July 25th is Sona, who's going to just do that kind of classic rock that everyone loves. Then the V-Days, which is the Bollywood, which we already mentioned. And then we're going to end out the season with a very popular party band, Mustache Harbor, who does yacht rock. Now, they've played in San Ramon before, and if you were there and you're watching this broadcast right now, I know you're putting that date on your calendar because they were such a fun band and everyone had such a great time. The concerts are just a relaxing family experience. People bring their picnics and their chairs and they sit on the grass and just relax and enjoy the moment. And after the year we've had, I think the summer concerts are the perfect antidote. So I can't stop there. Those are the big events that we have that we're still trying to accomplish. But in the smaller areas, if you want to have a really personal and fun close-up visit to the farm at Forest Home Farms, our Fun on the Farm Saturdays are starting up again in June. So right now the farm's open, so you can visit anytime, Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. And then starting in June, our Saturdays will pick back up. And every Saturday, we have a special activity. So they go from 11 to 2. And I've listed just the first month of June here, but on June 5th, it'll be Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And you can learn about the history of baseball cards, how that got started, and then also make your own baseball card. On June 12th, it'll be Summer Blooms, and you'll learn all about how in Victorian times, people pressed flowers so that they could keep those flowers year round, and you'll make your own flower craft. On June 19th, there's a program about keeping cool. You can go learn about how people did keep cool before we had air conditioners and before we had all of the modern conveniences, how they stored ice on the farm. And then on June 26th, City Chicks. Now, if you don't know, our farm has some wonderful animals, sheep and chickens and ducks. And so on June 26th, they're going to have a special program all about our chickens and introduce you to them and learn all about how and what they do on the farm. Also, I have to mention the farm just had a couple of baby sheep. So a great time to go visit because you can see those new baby lambs there. So there's also self-guided tours. So you don't have to go on Saturday. You can go and download our AutoCast app, and there are interpretive signs throughout the park, and you can take a tour. For more information on all of the programs, and then all summer long, every Saturday, you can visit our www.foresthomefarms.com, and they can provide all kinds of additional information on that. So make sure to plan a visit to the farm this summer. And now, if you really want to enjoy some nature, then hiking in open space is a great opportunity. Now, hiking in open space is wide open. And if you've never hiked in our open space before, then you might want to consider signing up for one of the Open Space Advisory Committee led hikes. So it could be a great introduction for you. We've got several coming up, one a month, and they have various levels from the moderate strenuous, if you're in really good shape and are ready to really take it up a hill, or down to the easy, to the Quail Run Loop, which is just a nice, easy, simpler path. But each of those trail hikes will be led by an Open Space Advisory Committee member, and they'll talk about why open space is important in our community, how the trail systems work, how to use our Outer Spatial Trail app, and you'll get all kinds of information about the flora and fauna at the same time. So super fun for families, or a nice activity on a Saturday morning. Now, if you don't want to be led on a trail, but you need a little extra motivation to go, the Parks and Community Services is again offering our Trails Challenge. So that actually began on April 1st, and it will run all the way through September 30th. It's pretty simple. You sign up online, and then there's 5 hikes that have been designated for the Trails Challenge. You do those hikes on your own time, with your friends, by yourself, with your dog, however you want to go. And then you log your hikes and send them back into us. And then we're going to post your name on the city website. So you're going to get some bragging rights. And while supplies last, we have a special Trails Challenge t-shirt. So it can be a motivation for you to get out there and hike, enjoy the open space, stay healthy, and be active. And then finally, I have to mention On this last year, we switched our trail app to Outer Spatial. And it's a great application because it gives you turn by turn on the trails. You can't get lost. You have a map and it leads you right along the trails, and it gives you some points of interest and gives you a little bit of a safety net for your hiking. And this year we have 8 trails that are featured on our app. So I want to encourage everybody out there to go download Outer Spatial and take a look. You may find out there's a trail right near your house you didn't even know was there, and be able to get out onto our beautiful hills. So summer can be hot, and we are so very, very happy to announce that our pools are opening up for rec swim. I think Councilmember Verose mentioned that, but maybe one of the most exciting things about the pools and rec swim opening is our new play structure at the San Ramon Olympic Pool. You can see the picture here on the screen. You see that giant blue bucket? It slowly fills as the play is going on, and then all of a sudden it tips over and creates this giant wave of water that splashes over the entire play feature. It's super fun. The kids are going to love it. There's all kinds of things to do, and it'll be a great place and fun thing for families to enjoy. In addition, we have a lot of other exciting programs at the pools, both at the San Ramon Olympic Pool and the Doherty Valley Aquatic Center. We have, of course, swim lessons for all ages, and we think that that's really important, that every child and person learns to swim. Water safety is at the heart of what our aquatics programs are about. We've, of course, got our recreation swim times. We have lap swim. It's a great way to stay healthy in a low impact environment. And then we have a whole series of summer programs, including our Star Guard Aquatic Camp for kids who maybe someday might want to be a lifeguard or just really love the water. We've got our junior lifeguard program. We've got diving camps for kids to learn how to dive. We even have an artistic swimming camp. And so I bet you're all saying, what is artistic swimming? Well, once upon a time, they called that water ballet, but it's an opportunity to learn how to do synchronized swimming. So absolutely, if you've ever wondered about that, that's an opportunity. And then even scuba, you can learn to scuba dive in our pool. So get ready for that summer vacation that you might begin to take and learn how to scuba this summer. So there's all kinds of fun things going to be happening at our pools, and we're so happy that we can welcome everyone back. Oh, and I can't forget to mention that we're going to be having our dive-in movies again. So you get to join your friends and family for a free rec swim. And once the sun goes down, you get to bring your deck chair, or you can bring your floaty and you can watch from the pool. The dive-in movies are super fun. You can see in the picture that Sam the Crow in the front waving, and you can see the movie in the far back of the picture. But we've just, hot off the presses, just this morning, learned that the Doherty Valley Aquatic Center's dive-in movie is going to be The Secret Life of Pets 2. Super fun movie. And at the San Ramon Olympic Pool on July 30th, we'll have Jumanji Next Level. Now, the only caveat I have to all of our fun times at the pool is that right now we have to hang on to the attendance. And so you do need to pre-register for rec swim. And we have a max of 200 people we can have in the pool. So you want to plan a little ahead this year and sign up for those in advance. So, and the movies will be the same way. As soon as the county and health regulations allow, we will stop taking reservations and go back to drop-in. But to start with, this is the way we have to go. So we hope we'll see you at our dive-in movies. So as we did last year, we've got summer camps and classes. And it's great because a lot of the kids have not had as much time to be out and interact and be with each other. And we believe that having those interactions and those fun times is really important for their health and wellness. So camps are going to be available this summer for all ages, preschool, elementary, and even those middle schoolers who have a need to socialize. So we'll have traditional day camps. We're going to have our specialty camps. You know, all the different dance camps and visual art camps, learn to make clay, ceramics, virtual programs, including options for partial and or all day. So there's going to be a little something for everyone. Our summer activity guide went out in the mail, and it's also available online. So you can log on and flip through that and see the huge variety of programs we have for all different ages. Now, of course, all of our classes and camp programs will follow the current state and county health and safety guidelines. That's the most important thing. If we do nothing else correctly, we want to make sure that everyone is safe. And so to that end, people will be required to wear masks, and we will be constantly adjusting our numbers so that we can meet all of those guidelines. We have camps offered throughout the city, so we've also spread them out so that we can provide lots of spaces. So you'll find camps in that activity guide at the Doherty Station Community Center, at Forest Home Farm, even at our Iron Horse Middle School, our Pine Valley Middle School, and Central Park. And I guess one of the big benefits to the camps at Central Park that I need to mention includes our new, what we added last year, curbside drop off and pickup. So you can just pull into the back parking lot and your child will be checked in using our mobile app and our staff, so we can do it touchless, and they will go straight to their camp. So they can stay within their cohort as they go to camp throughout the day. We are offering the opportunity for people to attend both a morning and an afternoon camp this year, because that is allowable by the health order. However, we can't have lunchtime care because we need to keep our cohorts separate. So we have a great idea. So drop your child off in the morning, they can attend camp, come have lunch with them in the park, have a little picnic, and then drop them off for their second camp in the afternoon. So we're really excited about our summer camps and class program, and hope you'll get a chance to go look at that activity guide and find something that fits for your family. Now, also our adult and youth sports programs are back up and running, and we've got some really fun new things for this summer. So if you're into the BMX, then we've got a BMX STEM camp. So you're going to learn about BMX bicycling and how wheels and all of those things go together. And then you get to actually go to the BMX park and practice. So super fun. We haven't done that before. Nerf Sports Camp. So this is a creative new program where they've taken all the different Nerf sports balls and things, and they've created a whole camp around it. So you're going to have a great time with that. And we've even got a brand new flag football league. So there's new variety you're going to see in all of our programs, and those are just maybe a taste of some of the ones to get you to go take a look. Some of our returning summer adult sports. So we don't want it just to be all about kids. Summer's about everyone having some fun. So our men's co-ed and corporate softball is back. We're excited about that. So those leagues are operating. We are going to be starting up our volleyball league as soon as we get to that yellow tier. And then our open gym, in fact, our badminton and pickleball are coming back. And as soon as we're in the yellow tier again, our volleyball and basketball. So sports available for both kids and adults this summer. So the seniors, this was one of the biggest challenges that we had with COVID, because our older population was the most vulnerable. And so, as you know, we had to close everything down and delivered meals to everyone's houses, trying to keep everyone safe. Well, as we're slowly improving and moving out of the tier system, we have a plan for a soft reopening of our San Ramon Senior Center. So starting in June, we're going to bring back some of our classes that are registration only, our gentle yoga, our yoga for health, our Zumba Gold. And that's because we can control the numbers. And if people are pre-registered, we can keep the spacing and masks and keep all of those safeguards still in place. We're excited about that because it's been well over a year since any of our senior programs have been able to offer in person. And then the big, I feel like there should be a big drum roll on this, but we're having a full reopening of the center is tentatively planned for July 6th. So if the COVID-19 conditions continue to improve, then we have plans to reopen the center safely. And that means our drop-in classes will be back, our senior van transportation services for those people who need help getting to the center, they'll be able to use them. Our front desk operations will be there to assist our seniors. We'll have our on-site volunteering going again, and then even the use of some of the recreation equipment like the pool tables and the games. This social interaction for our seniors and our older adults is so important, and we are so happy that there are plans to get us reopened again so that they can enjoy that. And to that end, the Contra Costa County Senior Nutrition Program is hoping also to return on July 6th so that we can have our congregate meals, which is the opportunity for our seniors to have a hot meal together. And so cross your fingers, everyone. That's the plan, and we're moving towards it. So I couldn't talk about all the things to do in San Ramon without taking a minute to remind everyone that we have our art galleries and our public art program. So even in the midst of all of the situation, we've still had all of our outdoor public art collection accessible to the public. So another fun activity that you could do with family is to go visit our over 50 pieces of public art that are throughout San Ramon. There's actually an interactive public art map on our website. So it can be a great activity with kids to do it like a treasure hunt and say, okay, we're gonna go find these art pieces today and go take a look. In addition, since our buildings are going to be opening up, our art galleries are going to be opening up. So the art galleries at City Hall, the San Ramon Community Center, the Doherty Station Community Center will feature local artists starting in May. So City Hall, we're really excited. We're going to have puja photography. It's absolutely gorgeous. So as City Hall begins to open up at the end of May and June, puja's photography will be there. At the San Ramon Community Center in June, Nick DiTomaso does this amazing line work abstract art that'll be available to watch. And at Doherty Station Community Center, David LaFordoria, who also does abstract art, will be available. And I guess I'm really excited too with the Wind Festival, that Wind Festival week I mentioned. We're going to bring all of the wonderful Wind Festival artwork that has been created each year and commissioned for the festival will all be available to see in our gallery. So that'll be another great place to walk through. You'll be able to see that artwork. You'll also be able to see some of the beautiful kites that were brought here when we had a delegation come, and they'll be hung throughout the building as well. So Councilmember Verose mentioned our library services, but I wanted to make sure to reiterate a couple of them because it is so exciting that the grab and go services are coming back. Also, the summer reading program, that's exciting. That's going to kick off on June 1st. So you'll want to make sure you can sign up for that online and then read those books. And then there's prizes and activities that you can participate in. There are online story times still going on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10. So if you haven't clicked into that, the summer might be a great time to get in the habit of going to story time. And I had to include this one because there's going to be Comic Book Day. It'll be the week of August 16th to the 24th. And you'll be able to stop by the library and get a free comic book. And that's not just for kids and adults and teens. So don't miss Comic Book Day. And then, if you haven't been to see the Story Walk in Central Park, it's this wonderful pathway through Central Park. It starts over by the children's playground and weaves around the park. And it features different stories every quarter. And it's wonderful. So this summer, the book is going to be They Say Blue by Jillian Tamaki. I see people all the time out enjoying the stories. And I have to say, it's not just for kids. Adults too enjoy the opportunity to move from sign to sign and see the beautiful picture book and read the story. It's a great way to get a little walk in, some exercise and some literacy. So make time this summer, everyone, and go see the Story Walk because it's a wonderful attribute in our beautiful Central Park. So as long as I'm talking about parks, I have to mention that the city of San Ramon is home to over 57 parks. And there just happens to be 52 weeks in the year. So our amazing Public Works Department came up with this great program called Park of the Week. And it's fabulous because every week they feature a different park in our social media. They started doing this in 2020, and they use these hashtags, which is hashtag POTW and hashtag Park of the Week, so that if you go out and visit those parks, you can take pictures and you can tag the city. It's a really nice way to get a quick glimpse of some of the great attributes that are in these parks. And it can be super fun for families with kids because you can go visit all the different playgrounds. You can get them excited about it. Makes a great excursion. It's also a great way for adults just to motivate themselves to go out and get a walk, go see something different. So make sure to check out our Park of the Week in our social media and follow us so that you can see all those great attributes. Now, when you're out in those parks, you might notice how beautifully maintained they are. And that is because the Public Services Department has a strong program for park improvements, and that includes all of the amenities. So every year through the CIP, they make a list of aging and worn out amenities, and they make sure that they get replaced. All kinds of things like the playgrounds, the concrete, the picnic tables, fencing, barbecues, benches, tennis, basketball court resurfacing, shade structures, restrooms, every single element that you would see in any of our parks is tracked on a list and made sure that it has its useful life. And then we plan so that we can replace those as needed. Every single year, there's always many, many different things that need to be done, and our public services staff work really hard to keep those parks beautiful for your use. Now, sometimes there may be something that you're out in the park and you see something and you think, wow, there's a sprinkler going off, or there's a problem, or something's broken. Well, we have a system that is our CRM. So you can submit a maintenance request using your cell phone right on the spot. So we have a mobile app. It's quick and a simple way to submit a request while you're on the go. A photo and the GPS coordinates allow us to efficiently find exactly where the problems are occurring and address any issues. You can download the free app from the App Store on your iPhone, Android phone, or any smartphone by searching City of San Ramon. It's really great because you can easily report issues like overgrown trees, unsafe sidewalk, graffiti, or potholes. The GPS and camera features built into the mobile device make it really simple to send the city a photo and a location of the issue. You don't have to worry about it. And then you can also conveniently check the status of the issues reported. Even if you report anonymously, we can get back to you. And then probably the best part of the CRM app is it automatically delivers it to the appropriate staff member. So rather than picking up the phone and calling, and maybe you've not got the right department, then getting passed from person to person and it taking a while, the CRM system sends it straight to the person who can solve the problem. And we really need the support of our community using this to help us with so many parks and so many pieces of equipment. The community is really the key. So the more that people report what they see, the easier it is for us to keep those parks looking beautiful and ready for you to use this summer. So I do need to mention also that our facility rentals, Councilmember Verose mentioned this, but it's really great that finally after this full year, our facility rentals are up and ready to go again. So we'll be renting starting on May 1st. And so you can schedule those family gatherings and parties again. The orange tier currently permits rentals up to 25% of our room occupancy. So that's one way that you can use even our big room. And it will also permit larger gatherings up to 150 guests. This is a wedding here for event holders who are able to confirm that 100% of attendees have been tested within 72 hours or have been fully vaccinated. So a lot of these big weddings, anniversary parties, birthdays have been put on hold. Well, now's the time. So give us a call. We want to get that scheduled for you, and we want to make that happen. And as we move the rest of the way through the tiers and we can continue to open up, we will. So Rentals starting just in a day. Now, I do want to reassure you because I think everyone's a little nervous still. Okay, we're opening the buildings. Are we safe? Are we going to be safe? Well, our city staff have been closely monitoring the CDC, Center for Disease Control, plans, specifically as it pertains to how do we keep the area sanitized for public use. And so they work through that plan, and the plan focuses on regular cleanings, highlights the recommended products and protocols and practices. And that's exactly what the city of San Ramon is doing. So we schedule our building staff daily to perform all the cleaning and sanitation multiple times throughout the day. So you can be certain that if you rent a building from the city, that it's going to be clean and safe for your guests. We also rent sport fields. And so our sport field reservations are scheduled at 27 community parks in San Ramon. So when you see all those people out on those beautiful fields, those are being scheduled through the city of San Ramon. Currently, we rent space for practices and games to over 25 youth and adult sports groups. But many people don't realize that individuals can also rent those sport fields. So if you want to have a family reunion softball game, you can do that. You can rent those fields. Or even if you just want to bring your Girl Scout or your Boy Scout troop out to play on a field, you can rent those fields. So all safety protocols do have to be in place, and related to the return to competition plan and guidelines for sports are required to be submitted prior to accepting that field reservation. But again, this is all just about keeping everyone safe. So if you're interested in renting a field, please reach out and we would like to get you out there to play. There's also picnic rentals. So I can't not mention this because we've had picnic rentals going for most of the year, because that has been one of the things that people could do. But as the COVID restrictions are lifting, you can have more and more people, which is very exciting. So many of our group picnic areas for rent have shade and multiple tables. And you have those big group picnic areas at Central Park, Athens Downs, the Rancho San Ramon Community Park that has a wonderful playground for children, Valley View Park, Hidden Valley Park, Ramona Park, and Memorial Park. So any of those parks, you can actually reserve your picnic spot and know that it'll be there for you when you show up for your picnic. I will have to say, though, that every single one of our parks have tables and many have shade and barbecues. So if you don't want to reserve and you just want to get out there and have a picnic, there's a lot of other spaces that you can go. The health order does have a few stipulations still on numbers of participants at picnics, but as we move through the tiers, hopefully those numbers will continue to increase. So please give us a call. We'll be happy to talk with you about picnic rentals. And you can also rent these group picnic areas online. So if you just want to click through our website, you'll be able to accomplish that too. I have to mention a few of our new tennis court programs also, because we do have new tennis pilot program that's really designed to increase public access to our tennis courts. So right now you can reserve courts at Central Park and Rancho San Ramon Park for free for an hour at a time. The reservations have to be made online 24 hours in advance. But it's exciting because it gives people an opportunity to know that they're going to have a court and go and play. So we're hoping that people will use this because it's a pilot program. We can see if that helps with our waiting times on tennis courts. We also had some really amazing San Ramon residents, some young people who created the New Courts mobile application. And this is to report real-time tennis court use and court availability. So it's basically a crowdsourcing app. And so it's helping people be able to, see the drop-in play courts and be able to know, are there any courts available right now? Should I go there or should I go to the courts on the other side of town? So pretty exciting. You can get that application by downloading it from the Apple Store or Google Play. And then the last big new tennis program is we had another young person who came forward and said, I'd like to start a tennis ball recycling program. And so now on our courts in the corner, you'll see a container where once your tennis balls have gotten old, you can place them in there and they'll be recycled. We've already collected over 200 tennis balls in our recycling program. So we're helping the earth, and we're always pleased when our young people come up with great programs that can benefit the community. So as I'm getting to the end of my presentation, I had to reiterate that the city of San Ramon relies heavily on our volunteer program. We have the San Ramon City Lights volunteer program, and they really are the power that makes lots of our programs go. So we'd like to encourage people to sign up as a City Lights volunteer. And as we move through this year, soon we'll have lots more activities that volunteers can help with. But right now we've got group service projects. The Parks Make Life Better and the Crow Canyon cleanup events have been going, and those both focus on revitalizing our parks and making them beautiful. We can bring volunteers out. The groups are kept to under 14, so we can keep everyone with safe spacing and wearing masks, but a great way to give back to the community. The Parks Make Life Better days that are coming up are May 15th at the Alcosta Senior and Community Center Park, June 19th at Boone Acres, September 18th at Memorial Park, and October 16th at Valley View Park. So especially if those are some of the parks in your neighborhood, we would love for you to come out and help make them clean and beautiful. And then our Crow Canyon Gardens, our most beautiful, most natural park in San Ramon. We've got big cadres of volunteers now volunteering to help there. And so we've got 2 more cleanup days scheduled there, and they'll be scheduled throughout the summer on May 15th and May 22nd. So volunteering is a great way to give back, and we would love to have you come and volunteer. We take teenagers, so it's a great opportunity for teenagers. Even younger teens can volunteer with a parent as a partner. So please reach out to our City Lights volunteer program. Look at us online. You can sign up there, and you'll start getting notices about all the different opportunities there are for you to give back to the community. So really that concludes my presentation. I know I've given you just a ton of information, but I'm just very, very excited about the summer and about getting the community to be back and interacting again. So all of the information I've covered, plus lots of other things I didn't cover, are on our city website at www.sanramon.ca.gov. Check out our summer activity guide. Or just call, and we would love to talk to you, 925-973-3200, or drop us an email and we can answer any questions you have. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kathy. That was, again, a ton of information. We do have a few questions, and the first one, now I'm asking for a friend. Is it okay for adults to stand underneath that blue bucket at the Olympic pool? Because I have to tell you, I took my daughter to many water parks, and that's one of the features that she absolutely loves. She's getting a little bit older, so now I might have to force her to go so, you know, she can experience that. I mean, that's the biggest blue bucket I've ever seen. So
it is a fabulously big blue bucket, and yes, adults can enjoy it too. I will say that as the bucket tips over, it hits the little roof of the shade piece so that it doesn't just like
splatters
fall.
out.
Yeah. So it splashes out sideways. It's super fun. So I think I'm just going to come and sit at the pool and watch the bucket tip.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So one of the first, now the serious questions, again, if you have them, info@sanramon.ca.gov. But we did receive a question regarding who determines the health guidelines for youth sports, and can kids and participants now go without masks? And I can begin with that. And if Kathy, if you have anything else to add, by saying that in general, the health guidelines are, it's trickled down from the federal government. So the CDC comes out with recommendations, then you have each individual state that builds on those recommendations and then passes them down to the county health officers. So when we talk about compliance with current regulations, we are always referring to what the county health officer is determining what's safe right now based on current COVID levels and vaccination levels. We do anticipate, and the state has plans to open up more on June 15th. So a lot of the regulations should change around that time. But I will get back to people with specifics. But Kathy, if you have anything else to add about guidelines and protocols?
Yeah, we did a lot of questions on it. And at this point in time, we are requiring all the participants to wear masks. And really the reason for that, some people would be saying, oh, they're saying you don't have to wear masks outside. Well, you don't have to wear masks outside if you've been vaccinated. And unfortunately, the younger children are not vaccinated yet. So we're going to always err on the side of safety, and we're always going to err to follow those guidelines to the best of our ability. But you can be sure to know that the second that it says we cannot do something, we'll be the first ones to make the change, because we understand how hard it's been on the community, and we just want to support everyone and have a healthy, fun, and safe summer.
Great, thank you. I'll go on to the next question. It's about the construction that's happening in front of the community center with the fountain area. And people are asking what's going on, what's going to be installed there, and is that the last improvement that we have planned for the community center in the near future?
Well, it is exciting, huh? It's right outside my office, and there's all those construction fences, and you want to know what's going on behind. Well, the fountain that was there was not working and had not worked in years. And so what has been designed and approved by our Parks Commission is a beautiful landscaped area in front. So it's going to be a gorgeous landscaped area. But the really interesting and exciting part is the backside. So on the backside, there's going to be this beautiful metal pergola and some nice tables and beautiful planting area. So where before it wasn't really a place that anybody went, now it's going to be a lovely spot to sit in the shade and enjoy a quiet moment. You'll be able to access it by the front doors. There's a little path that goes in there, and even from the inside, you'll be able to walk out and see this gorgeous patio with a shaded, beautiful pergola. So we're excited about it. The renderings for what it's going to look like are actually all located online if you want to dig into the Parks and Community Services Commission packets. But it should be done, I believe, in the month of June this summer. It should be completed. So enjoy it in the late summer.
Great. That's going to match the interior renovations. It'll look like a whole new building, whole new facility.
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone to come into the building because it was renovated over this period of time. So many people haven't seen the beautiful new floor coverings and paint colors, and it's a whole new fresh look on the inside of the community center. I think people are really going to enjoy it. And there is one more piece that's coming to the back side, that back terrace. They were looking at some more renovation back there to create more shade, because we know how important shade is to the community and sun safety. And so you're gonna see that also on the back patio of the community center, and throughout our parks, we're working towards more shade structures.
That back patio area with all the redwoods, it's going to be, and the shade structure, that'll be that much better than it is now. So our final question is for Councilmember Verose. Will there be any new parks coming online in San Ramon? And if so, where will they be located? I know we have 57 parks. Are we getting closer to 60? Nice even round number there.
Thanks, Ian, for the question. Yes, I'm very glad to let you know that we are going to have 2 new parks. One is Sunrise Ridge at Faria Preserve, and the other one is Critters Crossroads at Gale Ranch. That is right at intersection of Monarch and Main Branch Road. I'm really excited to, I'm really looking forward to see those parks come up, and so that community can enjoy, because I was part of Parks Commission at that time while reviewing this. So, when you design and work on those designs, and then when you see the reality, how it comes out, it looks always great feeling. So yeah, I'm looking forward for these 2 new parks.
It's always rewarding to see the end result that was drawn on paper and in sketches actually be placed in the ground. And Sunrise View, that up at Faria, when I'd go up there during the construction to help with inspections, it's such sweeping views of the city. It's a view that people normally don't get. So that'll be great when that park is open. So that concludes all of our questions and the presentation for today. I'd like to thank Councilmember Verose and Kathi for participating. A lot of great information. Once again, this will be up on YouTube if people want to refer to it back throughout the summer. And I want to end with a special thank you to the Parks and Community Services staff for everything that they do. That is a lot of programming and a lot of things going on with a limited staff. They really do a lot. And also for all of the efforts over COVID over the last year, in particular with senior services, the Parks and Community Services staff really stepped up and helped a lot of homebound people over this difficult time. So thank you very much for everything, Kathi, that you and your staff do. And with that, we'll conclude the broadcast, and we'll see everybody next month with the next city update. Thank you very much.